Penis. Penisaurus. Okay, good audio. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that audio, man. God damn. The quality here. It's almost like it sounds like there's an air conditioner in the background. There's a bunch of room tone. Look at how close up though. I don't like how close up this shit is. It feels very sort of like, I don't like it. I want the wide angle, but unfortunately the wide angle is kind of shit. Yeah, make sure everything here looks good. Uh, yeah, it's really good to go, man. Yeah, it is too personal. Look how close. Look how close you are. I realize I'm not wearing I'm naked. I'm naked. What's wrong with me? Yeah, I thought I'd do a little bit of a hot live stream here, just because it's Sunday. Why not? Why not do a little bit of a live stream, hype up uh, videos for this week, hype up that project I just dropped, right? Say Leafs Nation on stream. I guess I just did, right? I just did. Is Pats versus Chiefs the game of the year? I doubt that. I do have Brady on my fantasy team, which is a good thing. He always is consistent. I hate Tom Brady, but he's consistent in terms of points, so I keep him there. Dope project, bought it, and I've already gotten some good use. Really, that's good. I want to get some feedback on it, man, for people that have actually checked it out. I know I've gotten positive feedback on the other projects. This one is pretty dope. It's pretty specific in terms of what I put in it, so fairly specific because all the tricks are stuff that takes place either on a. I have Brady on my fantasy team. Unsubscribe. I know. I did it on purpose to bother the people that are in my league. But there's stuff that takes place either behind a back or under a table, which is kind of odd, kind of very specific sort of shit. But I thought, it would be something that some people would enjoy. So, yeah. What else? What else here? Really, is that unsubscribe worthy to have Brady on my fantasy team? Is that something that's unsubscribe worthy? I'm not a huge fan of Brady. I hate him. My hatred of Tom Brady goes back all the way to 2002 with the Rams when they played against the Rams, and they had Adam Vinatieri kick the ball as opposed to I don't know, a play. Kind of a pussy cop out in my opinion. These are the Oculus cards, by the way. These are the Oculus deck. They're kind of dope, but I like them. They're fairly nice, robust. I actually have some cards here that I just got from my boy Gentleman Wake, which are kind of heat. These over here, the House of the Rising Spade. Both of these are House of the Rising Spade. These are kind of disgusting in terms of what they are. I'm gonna show you guys in a bit. They're kind of heat. I also have these UME, United Magic Magicians Emporium on Instagram. Go follow them. Hook me up with these two. Kind of heat. But these, man, I gotta say, these are kind of ridiculous. Ridiculous in terms of how they are. Let me bust this one out. Just in terms of what it is. It has a little code here. I don't know what the hell that means. I'm not about to turn into Ramsey and try to decipher the shit. That's for his shit. But in this in particular, do you like? Hold up. Do you like host or basketball? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. If I have to go for Pats or Chiefs, I would say even though it hurts me, I would have to definitely go with the Pats just because more of the players are in my fantasy team. But you see these. You see how heat these are. You see how. You see how. Not oh remember me. I remember everyone, man. I remember everyone. Oh, do I like hockey and basketball? I do like basketball. I try to get into hockey, but it's always a moot point. I realize that the hockey scene is not huge down here, whereas things like basketball and football are pretty big. Even baseball is pretty big in America's penis. But look at these bitches. Oh my, the fucking. Is cardistry a sport? If cardistry is a sport, or if they argue to try to make cardistry a sport, like that sort of stuff. Like they try to argue to make poker a sport. I remember that a couple years ago. Ah, man, that's yeah. Cardistry is definitely not a sport. You could probably beat up most cardisters with one arm tied behind your back. I feel. No meme, not a meme. You could definitely do that. Poker is on ESPN too. I do frequent watching poker from time to time. Am I a professional cardister? No, no. I've seen a vagina. I've seen a vagina. I feel like that's the sign. Is flossing a sport? Holy shit. Judging by that picture, by the way, that's a classic picture right there. You got Pepe doing what seems to be a very retarded dab there. But look at these cards, man. So all the cards have this sort of foil finish, and then on top of that, the faces are ridiculous. You have a gold border, and look at the fucking court cards, man. Look at the court cards. Holy shit. This isn't my favorite deck of all time, but I think this is definitely the best looking deck. This one is actually the best looking deck of all time, I feel. What is my favorite basketball team? Well, now I'm kind of forced to go with the Heat. However, it used to be the Kings back when they had Bibby and Weber. That was a fun team. But now I'm kind of relegated towards the Heat. I don't really like. I don't go any like I'm not any towards any specific team. I guess I'm anti Golden State Warriors. How's that? That's a good one. Anti Golden State Warriors. What up? Where are the other ones? These okay. So these are good. I just dropped the other ones. Zero fucks. These are the better ones. Let me see if I can take these out. The white ones. The white ones are dope because they have the sort of 1500s sort of card design. I'll show you what I mean by that. But the face, you see how it has like a little marginal border. So these are kind of dope, and they have the really really old card designs. So from back, when they used to print cards, they have that sort of dope thing. That's kind of, look at that, man. This has to be the best looking deck, I feel, in my opinion. Not my favorite deck, but probably the best deck. Am I a bandwagoner? That doesn't make any sense. How am I a bandwagoner? I don't like Golden State. That's not bandwagoning. I feel like an all-star team. So if you like them, that's bandwagoning. I'm gonna order myself a Pigcake sweatshirt because my B-day is on Wednesday. You're a Raptors fan. Good luck with that, man. Good luck with that. Because you're Canadian. Oh, that's why. Well, I mean, Toronto's given some good things, Toronto's given us some good things. So I'll give you that, man. That's fine. That's fine. I feel like as long as you're from that city, you're not kind of a bandwagoner. Is that why your entire name here is Leaf Nations? That kind of makes sense. I should have figured that, right? But to kind of like put your entire profile picture as fucking your favorite sports team, that's kind of next level, man. But you see these are kind of hot. Definitely the best looking one. Let's see. What's your question, man? I didn't see your question. Looks like something Gentleman Wake will review. He actually gave me these, so he definitely reviewed these. How do you gain subjects for your prestidigitation, and how do you utilize magic in everyday life? The only way I use magic in everyday life is obviously videos. That and thinking, I guess. When you've done this shit for as long as your boy Piggy, you kind of you have that stupid magic ingrained in your psyche. So you kind of look at things, and instead of, for example, looking at this like a USB cable, I'll be like, oh, that's a rope. Maybe I could use that as a sort of cut and restored shit, which is kind of the unfortunate thing that you do once you've been in magic for a while. You kind of see things based on their properties as opposed to their function. So their properties in relation to magic. What's this? It says do a Marlowe's Rise. This shit. Let me see if I could even do it with this. Right? This is the worst angle to do it. Look at that. That's the worst angle to fucking do it. But there you go. There's Marlowe's Rise. I feel like the camera is way too close, but it's on the edge of the fucking table, and I really can't. So the exposure keeps changing. That's kind of a fun one. Do a convincing controller's cup. Yeah, if this thing actually doesn't die. Okay, yeah. I don't like the convincing control. I'm more of a fan of doing this sort of tip where you call a card underneath and this sort of action, right? You see that? I'm more of a fan of that than doing the actual convincing control, because the convincing control kind of requires you to line up those two cards perfectly, which I'm not a fan of. I don't like that. I rather just call a card underneath and do some sort of, when they pick a card, for example, if they pick whichever card, because that card is there, guess what? You could slide it. You could fucking slide it. So that's kind of heat. But I don't know who made a video on the convincing control that brought you to mind, that brought that particular move to mind, or is it something that you're trying to learn? It's one of those two. Usually when somebody asks a very specific question about a move, it's because somebody put a video about it. Introduce magic without being weird about it. Well, context, man. Context is very important. So if you're trying to introduce it unorganically to the situation, I think that's when it's weird. Also, when you, for example, oh, hey, what do you do? I do magic. Oh, cool. Show me something. All right, let me take out my cards. Dude, we're at Starbucks, we're at a bar. Like, what are you doing with playing cards? It's kind of a weird thing. Uh, how do I feel about Daniel Madison? I think he's a cutie, man. I think Daniel Madison is a fucking cutie. Definitely. Piggy's so naturally weird, so it's easy. Yeah, there you go. That's another way of seeing it. You gotta be naturally weird. I was doing cardistry sitting at school, and this group of girls said, keep showing off. It's called cardistry. You said that? Really? That was a conversation that fucking happened? Oh, God, I'm cringing, man. That's a fucking awful conversation. It's called cardistry. Oh. What was that move from Marlowe that Greg Wilson does a lot where you mimic thumbing off the top card? What are you talking about? Greg Wilson does a lot where you mimic thumbing off this thing? That thing? That one? I forgot the name of that, but I've never been a fan of that move. To me, it looks like you're doing exactly what you're doing. But he does that a lot. Very well too. I've never been a huge fan of the move. I think I dropped some cards here. Look at that card production. I'm producing some cards. Oh shit, Piggy Show. Has anyone gotten behind the back? Yeah, I mentioned that when I began the stream. I do want to hear feedback on some people that have gotten it. I know I haven't. I don't know if the reviews are up for that, or if I turned off reviews, or if they're not on. But I need to turn them on if I haven't already, because it's always fun to hear feedback on these bitches, especially a little project like that. It's very specific. It's a very specific thing towards stuff that's behind the back, under the table. So you do need to have a certain level of management for that. Is it okay? I'm glad you liked it, Ezra. Do some rubber dub vanishes where there's this one. You could do that bitch, right? You could do this one. You could do that one. You could do this one where you go. See, it's a table. See, now it's gone. You see that? It's got one of those, right? That Matchbox once is drunk. Yeah, that one I was really proud of the whole way everything came together. So, in coming up with that trick, I really wanted to have some annoying ace production at the end. And I kept sort of figuring out ideas on how I could get, the spectator to hold a packet behind her back and not, reveal the method. And then I came up with the box. You hand them the box, and then they put it there, and that, loses the orientation, right, of where the cards are to them. So everything came together very well for that particular trick. I was very proud of that one. I'm more proud of the other one. That's no, the one where you don't touch the cards. Hanselhoff, more like hands off. That one. Kind of proud for that one. What's your favorite pass? Classic pass, man. Classic pass. Look at me doing old Sybils. Look at this. What? Am I a cardister in disguise? What? Let me see if I could raise this up a little bit higher. Let me see if I could drop one of these little productions here. I was working on this today, this bit. Fuck. If you do this, you see this, you could, fuck, hold up. I could do this. Stop. I could do this. Or if you do this bit, you could get a little box. You could get a little box. Stop. I could do it. Shut up. Shut up. I did it today. All right. I did it today. Bitch. Right there. Got him. Look at that. All right. That went to hell. Favorite cardistry move? None. I hate cardistry. I hate cardistry. Dude, what's wrong with you? I fucking hate cardistry. Yeah, I actually that's not a meme. The term is something that makes me cringe every time I hear it. Cardistry, cardisters, carder, whatever. It's flourishing. You're flourishing with a deck. You're showing off. You know, it's kind of a cringy thing to me. So, favorite word to call cardist? Virgins. Virgins. That's my favorite. That's my favorite one. I was working on this. I was working on this one. It's like the little production, right? I like that. This is from, I remember this from Rodney Reyes, one of Rodney Reyes' projects, where you produce a card this way, like that. That's kind of an old school thing. This is one I was working on yesterday. Sorry, this thing. That, I don't know, just little stupid things, you know? Little stupid things. I don't like it when they call magic. I agree with that. I hate magic and the way like it's termed out. You know, magic, magicians is kind of a cringy thing to say. I'm a magician. I do flourishes. I do cardistry. To me, it's all cringy. But I feel like nobody's found a word to describe what it is that we do that's not cringy as shit. So everybody either says, you know, they try to find different ways around it. Conjure, whatever the fuck. But even magician to me is cringy as shit. Cardisters, cardistry. That's top level cringe. That's top shelf cringe, because then you're kind of delineating from this path of magicians and saying no, I don't do magic tricks. I mix up cards really quickly. You know, it's to me it's all cringe. Let's see. Say gay bitches really fast. I mean, technically, I already kind of ruined that, right? Gay bitches. It uses behind the back. He uses pig. I've been trying to find out how Ramsey does this trick. He does it during a vlog, and I've been obsessed. It uses behind the back, and well, there's a bunch of tricks that are behind the back sort of stuff. You know, there's like a bunch of shit. It's not a new sort of concept, but what I do like about it is that it's even though you are, it's like hands off sort of stuff. So when you hand somebody a deck and you tell them, oh, go ahead, put it under the table, it kind of really absolves you from a lot of possibility of sleight of hand. It really absolves you from any sort of control on your end, or the appearance of control on your end. So that's what I like about it. I should have been more upfront on the video in terms of doing stuff under the table. I know for everything I pretty much mentioned, oh, behind your back, behind your back. However, all those tricks could be done with the cards under the table. And as a matter of fact, I think it's a lot easier for most people to do stuff under a table as opposed to behind their back. So if you want to kind of push that, you definitely should push people towards, if you want to do one of those tricks, do it under the table or something like that where they can't see the cards, as opposed to having them do it behind their back, which might be a little bit hard for some people. But I do mention in the video that you should pick somebody that's you've seen to, you know, be at least very well handled with a deck of cards. I prefer Palm Pilot. That's a throwback. That's a throwback. I had a Palm. I had a trio. A fucking trio. I think it was 750. That shit was the bomb. And then the Palm Pre. And then I got that Palm Pre 2. And then I got that nothing because they haven't come up with a phone since they got bought out by HP. So, yeah. Satchel, what's up, man? How you doing? Let's see. It says, those cards would be lovely to look at on acid. But I don't do that anymore. Well, judging by your profile picture, man, that's not a good combination of things. Acid and Pepe. That's kind of an odd thing, an odd combo of stuff to have, don't you think? What time is it in England? 2 in the morning. These are nice. I should, man, these are just, I can't help but think that this is definitely the best looking deck. Just in terms of the old school colors, the old school sort of pip designs, even though these are kind of like iffy because most people would have to count the pips. They're not, you know, loser magicians like us that we could tell what cards they are just based on how the pips look. Some people actually have to count it. Like, almost guaranteed people aren't going to know what card that is without counting, or this one. But still, very, very nice. And especially the court cards, man. Holy shit. These are really nice. The jacks. The kings, too. You're not... you really... If it wasn't for the terminology here. What's going on with Chased? Let me mix these. Let me mix these. Oh, shit. I haven't even mixed these, man. Damn, son. Yeah, House of the Rising Spade. They killed it. They really killed it. Damn. Wrecked. Rickety, rickety wrecked. You're talking about a trick that Ramsey did? Is that what you're saying? I was looking through the comments here. I can't see links for some reason. I can't see links on this. For some reason, anytime somebody posts a link, it gets blocked immediately because YouTube assumes that it's some sort of a cheap shilling of their stuff. So, do a false wash shuffle. I don't think I have space for that, man. I like when you do chapters from Expert Card Technique. Can you show how you would go about doing tricks from that book? Yeah, for sure. I mean, the idea is when I first got that book, I really just did the juvenile shit. Only mods can post links, Piggy, but nothing to Reddit. That's funny. I don't understand why. I don't understand why. That's kind of shit. But there you go. You have the power. But in terms of Expert Card Technique, when I was younger, I initially just looked through the book and looked at the pictures. And any trick that had a picture, that's what I would look at. Then as I got older, I realized the strength of the actual tricks without pictures. You know, it's kind of obvious. But then when you read through the book, you realize that there is a lot in the text. As a matter of fact, one of the principles from Behind the Back is directly from Expert Card Technique. And I don't think it's something that anybody's ever mentioned. It's like a very, very pretty thing. And it involves, you know, you kind of having a little bit of a mistake, right? But, you know, from that principle, I've been able to come up with a bunch of different ideas that envelop that principle and use it and kind of expand on it because, you know, it's something that's lost. It was about 2 sentences. It was 2 sentences in one of the chapters of Expert Card Technique, and that kind of enveloped in a bunch of different ideas. So that I would have glossed over if I was just doing the juvenile thing of looking through the book for the pictures. But really take your time, go through each chapter in order, and I just got distracted by a thing. Did you guys miss literally everything I just said? I'm pretty sure Pigcake has an old tutorial on a very similar trick. Which one are you talking about, dude? Which one are you talking about? But yeah, but go through the book, read it in order, and make sure to, you know, take your time with the chapters. Don't just rush through those. Don't rush through those at all. And you'll be able to go through it. You'll be able to actually absorb the book as best as possible, as opposed to just picking up 2 or 3 tricks and then calling it a day. That book really has, you know, potential to, if you just know magic based on the content of that book, I think you'll be well off. I think you'll be really, really well off in terms of your knowledge of magic and what you can do. So it's a very, very strong book, but you do have to put the effort into going through it. The vacay was awesome. Did I forget the wide angle? Yeah, this is my this is a Pixel, the OG Pixel XL. So this one doesn't have the wide angle. This one has a wide angle, but unfortunately, the audio on this doesn't work anymore. So that's kind of iffy. Show something with a double backer. Well, I think I showed something a while ago with a double backer, but it's mostly like a little bit of a hot opener, you know, where if you accidentally or you kind of, let me see, where are the jokers for this deck? That's another part. The jokers are kind of iffy. I don't know what they are, what they even look like. Oh, these cards are fucking dope. But I don't know where the fucking jokers are. Hello? It's me? Yeah, I'm gonna have to use a different deck. We'll use these. The Black Rose Innocence. These are also really good. These are also really, really good. I hope this has a double backer. I think it does. I don't know if I have it in the deck, though. No, I don't have it in the deck. case in point, if you have the jokers face to face, right? So you have the jokers face to face. You could just use it as an opener, like pretending maybe to notice that you have the double backer. You know, you get a break underneath. You get a break underneath these two cards, right? You could have them touch the double backer, which is something that not a lot of people have seen. And you could mention and allude to the fact that a double backer is just two cards that got stuck together in the factory. And they're going to be like, huh, that's impossible. It's a thin card. And guess what? You have your little break with these two cards that are face to face. So at any point in time, you could do this color change, that sort of color change. So I could repeat that puppy. But you could show the double backer. Say it's two cards stuck together in the factory. After they touch it and examine it and determine that you are, in fact, a dirty, stinking liar, you could take the card back, square it up with the break. You peel both of them this way. So these are three cards, technically. Imagine this is a double backer, by the way. And then you would do this sort of color change to kind of split it into two jokers and say, yeah, that's where the jokers are. I'm glad I split it. And then you could have them look at it and be fairly excited in terms of your magic, you know? And if you want to ditch this card, you could just simply get a break, put everything away, and now you're left clean. So that's just a little bit of an opener if you have a double backer. Again, pretend this card is a double backer. That's just something you could do, right? I think you saw 52 cards, and I don't know who DR is. Who's DR? Oh, the color. Well, the color change is it's an old color change. You know, that sort of thing. It's an old color change. But in terms of splitting, you know, I've seen a bunch of people do that split technique, and it's fairly fucking dope. Because you say Daniel, right? Oh, Disturb Reality. Okay, yeah, a bunch of people use it. It's a fairly easy color change, but it's very visual, which is why a lot of people do it. Let me see if I could even do it right. There you go. But I like it because it does have the ability to apparently split cards. That's what I like about it. So if somebody looks at a double backer, they're you know, you tell them, oh, it's not a misprint. It's two cards that are stuck together in the factory. You do the color change and show two jokers, and they're going to be fairly impressed. If not, they're going to be scared because they're going to wonder why are you doing card tricks. I was thinking that is the one he performs at that office. What office? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Favorite no move control? I think I've talked about that on the channel, man. It's the oops control. It's the oops control. You know, funny enough, the moment after I put videos on the oops control, I've seen people teach it. I'm like, yo, y'all sleeping on it until Piggy makes a video on it, huh? Y'all sleeping on that move, huh? So the moment your boy Piggy put a video on that move, I saw a bunch of people suddenly use that. And I'm like, ha ha. Not saying it's my move. It's not my move at all. But, you know, I did awaken interest in that move. But it's one of my favorite controls because it's one of these tips, you know. You have a card sort of reversed near the bottom. So when somebody picks a card, you know, they look at it. All you have to do is make sure that your little setup goes above their card. And now you don't touch anything. You know, you don't touch anything at all. So now all you have to do is say, oh, so your card's lost somewhere in the deck. I don't want to, oh, whoops, sorry. And guess what? Their card is controlled not to the top, but second from the top. So at that point, you could do anything you want. You could say your card's not on top, your card's not on bottom. And guess what? In that action, to quote Brad Christian, the card's on top of the deck. You know, with a very simple no-move control. All you did was apparently have an accident here. Have an accident. Apparently, all you did was just write a card that was face up for some reason in the deck. So Ace of Clubs goes in the middle, right? No control whatsoever. You can talk to them. You could say you could have picked any card whatsoever. Any one of these. Sorry about that. But you could have picked any one of these cards whatsoever. Your card's not on top. Your card's not on the bottom. And then you could proceed from there. And of course, their card is controlled right to the top of the deck. So it's a very, very simple control. A lot of people kind of slept on that. It's from, well, the initial thing I saw from Daryl. But Daryl, he credits Jen Grant. Jen Grant is an older magician. Back in the day, he had a bunch of stuff with silks that he made up. Very, very sort of prolific inventor in magic, Jen Grant. But he credits him with the oops control. But again, not to toot my own horn here. Not to toot my own horn, but people are sleeping on that. until your boy Piggy, made a video on that. So yeah, but that's one of my favorite controls. Am I a thought? No, I'm an anti-thought. I wish I could have the power of thought be gone in my fucking hand, so I could just slap thoughts out of existence, like I'm Thor, you know? Or not Thor, Thanos. Sorry. God, there are too many. I feel like thoughts are multiplying. They're gonna be like the zombies. You guys like that? The picture, the fucking profile profile picture, not profile. Sorry, live stream picture. These are the Innocence deck. This is the Innocence deck by Daniel Schneider, right? Let's see. Innocence Rose deck. This was given to me by. Oh, funny enough, you know what's great? The fucking double backer is here. Here's the double backer. Motherfucker. But yeah, what do you call this? Oops control. Really, really good. That's what it was. I had a fucking brain for it. That's the what, your thoughts on the super bluff pass? I don't know what the super bluff pass is. I don't know what the super bluff pass is. I think I've talked about it on Patreon a while ago. I dropped a video on my version of the or the way I perform the bluff pass, which is pretty much the because I hate the bluff pass. I hate this action. I hate that action of doing this sort of thing. So what I thought is by breaking the move down into 2 steps. So for example, when you do it like this, let's say somebody calls stop. They call stop over here. They look at their card. While they're busy looking at their card, notice that I have a break. I have a break, right? So that when I dribble the cards, I have a break right there underneath the top card of the deck. If I wanted to have a break underneath the second card from the top of the deck, I would do it that way. So I have 2 cards. But here, pretending I have a break underneath just 1 card, they call stop. They look at their card. While they look at their card, that's while I deposit all the cards below the break on top of the deck. So instead of doing this action where they call stop, I lift up only 1 card, they put it back there. The action of depositing the cards is hidden by them looking at their card. So that when they bring their card back on top of the deck, which they think is on top of the lower half, at this point I'm holding this. I can do any sort of subtlety I want, complete the action, and now instead of breaking down the bluff pass in 1 move, it's 2 moves, it's 2 actions. But I think that's better covered, and I think that's a better way of doing the move than the standard one. I do like the super bluff idea of you know, you call stop right there, or sorry, they call stop, you lift up nothing, and you just make sure to angle the back of your hand towards their eyes. I love that idea, but I just don't like the bluff pass. I don't like it at all. They don't. Spectators really don't, at least in my experience, have a grasp for how many cards are on the deck unless you're actively looking for it. So if they're actively looking for it, yeah, they're going to see it, but they have no reason to question the amount of cards in the deck. They really don't. So especially if you kind of hold the cards deeper into your hand. So when they put it back, you have them put it back there. You remember you're holding these cards with sort of deep grip. So you're not just doing this shit, you're doing this, you know? So they don't really have a good idea of the depth of this half. And this, you're holding in a deeper grip. So you could kind of complete the bluff pass there. Do monkey in the middle? Am I some sort of monkey? Am I some sort of trick monkey? But the OG one that I sent Assad was something that was based on the idea of, there was this Buck Twins control that looked like this from years ago. That sort of thing. That's one of the things that it was based on. That's the one I initially sent Assad. But, I mean, if that's their card, monkey in the middle, the monkey in the middle move would be something like this, right? Kind of hard to do from this angle, but that's the, that would be the monkey in the middle move. You know, you turn it off, snap your fingers, and then that card appears apparently between the 2 cards. Very, very nice little move. I would say that I haven't seen it before, you know? I would say it's a piggy move, 100% piggy move, but you never know. If you guys aren't unfamiliar with that, I taught it on 52 Cards channel. He was very gracious to let me do it. But the thing that I like about the move in particular is that it kind of emulates that gimmick trick. So again, not to go too philosophical here, right? But one of the things that I kind of do to create magic is to impose limitations, right? So there's a classic trick called monkey in the middle. I was thinking, how can I do the same effect, but without gimmick cards, because the trick requires gimmick cards. So I thought, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to come up with a move to do the trick, and that was the move I came up with. So that's the monkey in the middle move. Very nice, very versatile thing. You can, if I'm not gonna fucking fuck it up, I'm gonna do it right. But you snap your fingers and you show. There's a card between the jacks. That's their card. So I really enjoyed that. Andrew's card control, yeah, Jerry Andrews is great because he didn't kind of limit himself by standard magic books and standard magic thinking. So he kind of came up with his own shit of doing stuff, which is very, very innovative and led to a lot of stuff. Do oil and gaze. Oil and gaze. I feel like a monkey. Do I remember? I don't know if I remember the sequence for oil and gaze. I don't know if I remember the sequence, but that was a great video, man. That was a great video. Very, very sort of good thing. It's like it's they separate like oil and gaze. I'm surprised that video is still monetized for some odd reason. Some of those videos stayed monetized, and I'm fairly surprised. How about hand reveal? Look at that, hand reveal. And what do you mean elbow reveal? You've seen my elbow in other videos where my body is there, and you see my foot. Come on, man. I've had my foot in I think there's one Instagram video in particular that you just see my hobbit feet in the background. So all those are things that have been revealed. All right. Magic book suggestions. I always mention the same ones. Expert card technique, magic for dummies. Those are all ones that I usually recommend fairly extensively. What's another one? The Art of Astonishment series. Am I gay? No, I like females. I like females, I would say. Expert card technique is the only one he talks about. That one, an Art of Astonishment, right? You ingrate, yo disease, calling me like I'm a one book pony. I've read other magic books. All right, son. I'm just saving you the time and telling you one of my favorite and one of the best ones, the one that made Piggy. He's actually my brother, Blake Voigt. There you go. He just wants to use YouTube in private so he doesn't show his face. I think it'll be obvious. Blake Voigt has a little bit of an obvious sort of thing. There's a penis reveal in the Project BTB. Yeah, that's true. I do show my penis. My penis in the video. That's not true. I don't show my... Okay, you know what? Find out. Buy it and find out if I show my penis. How's that? Thank you, Simo, with the hot shilling. I just upgraded my Metro plan and saved a lot of money. Yeah, I feel you, man. I had to hit up T-Mobile. They were ripping me off, so I'm like, hey, guys. Y'all faking me here, dude. Sold? What do you mean by that, man? What do you mean by sold? Y'all both saying sold. That's kind of fucking weird. The greatest trick I've ever impressed with was ring and earphones. Ring and earphones. Yeah, man, that's a classic Pigcake video. One of the only videos to reach the threshold of passing, I think, 200,000 views. I don't know why, honestly. I wish I knew why. Then I would make more videos that could reach, you know, that capacity. Get more eyes on your boy Piggy. But I don't know why that video and another video kind of got... oh, okay, and I'm glad both of you were sold on buying it because of my penis. But my favorite deck at the moment... shit. I don't know, man. Favorite deck at the moment... I can't answer that. This one is definitely the one that I've really enjoyed. It's not my favorite deck, but I do love the way they look. I think that I love the old school ones. So I love the really old school pips, as I mentioned earlier in the stream. But these right now, I don't like the back. I like the back, but I do love the faces. I do love the way the faces look, even the chord cards. So this, I guess, would be my favorite deck at the moment in terms of the way it looks. So, if you could palm your dick, you could palm a card, Pigcake 2017. That's true. Did I mention that? Did I really say that? We got a hot 10. Unfortunately, there's no voiceover on this YouTube app. But I'll try to do my best to voice this over. Let me see if I have a voice to... I don't have a voice to fucking text thing. Ah, this sucks. It says, Chase with the hot $10 saying, go buy Supernox. Go buy Supernox. I love how Pandrea is in a unique position where he could be like, hey guys, new Nox coming out. And literally just add a shade. Just add a new shade of whatever color. And then come out with a new deck. I do love the idea of Nox. I do love all the concept of Nox because it's nothing, it's only color. Hence the name. But I just love that he's in that position. And they're cheap too, so they're not, you know, horrendous on the back. And they're really good quality. So I kind of like that. But I just find it funny that he's in a position he could just be like, oh, that's a cool color. I'll just print some Nox. Piggy, I have 3 out of astonishment, so tell me a trick to learn. Galaxy. Galaxy, it's a great one. Galaxy is a phenomenal one. Why is card magic a lot more popular than coin magic? I would say because, I don't know. Coin magic requires a sort of technical dexterity that's a lot harder to do than card magic. So I think more people gravitate towards that. And, you know, there's a uniqueness to, or there's a singularity when it comes to cards, because even though there are different finishes, there are different back designs, if you learn how to do sleights with a certain deck, you know, that's going to translate into all the other decks. Whereas for Magic, it really depends on the coins from your country. So if you do tricks, for example, with American quarters, it's going to be kind of hard to translate that into other currencies. So it's not necessarily universal per se. But I don't know. I really don't know. That's my take on it. But I just think that card magic is a lot easier to do than coin magic. Not to the Asians, though. The Asians apparently have everything figured out. So it's because nobody wants to carry a coin purse. Yeah, that's another reason. Nobody wants to carry a coin purse. A Memento Mori or Memento Mori Blue. The blues, the OGs, those are my favorite ones. The original gangsters, the blue ones. Those are definitely my favorite ones compared to the new Memento Mori ones, right? The original OG blues, as I like to call them. As everyone calls them. Everyone calls them the OG originals because they're the originals. That's fucking great. What was this one? Is that Piggy throwing shade about different Nox shades? Nah, man, I'm not throwing shade about it. I think that it's a great idea. I think that it's they're great cards, but it's a you know, he's in a really good position where he has an infinite amount of possibilities for decks. So that's kind of a dope position to be in. People prefer to carry even worse, a sponge ball frame. So like a frame for a coin purse. Sorry, okay, I almost hit my cable. People prefer to carry a frame. I think, yeah, Galaxy's in book 3. Shit. It's in the same book, I think, as Super Coin. If memory serves me correct. I might be wrong on that. But I just find that fucking funny, dude. I find that funny that there are actual people that carry around purse frames and fucking do this bullshit. You know, I have my invisible purse frame. Let me just carry my coins. I carry my coins inside there. Or no, I carry my sponge balls inside my invisible purse frame. And then you wonder, oh, do you know what a vagina looks like? I'm willing to bet no. Piggy showers with shame. Yeah, I shower with shame. I don't know, man. Whichever is the cheapest one. Right now I have, what am I using on my fucking hair? Something sport. It's like one of these sports smells, which I don't understand what the sports smell is. I guess they're trying to replicate a locker room, right, with Axe and shit. But I don't know. I don't know, man. Whichever one is the sport one. I forgot the brand, but it smells nice. I mean, I shower on the regular, which is something most cardisters don't do. So that's how you could tell that I'm not a cardister, that I shower on a regular basis. So that's a telltale sign. Usually cardisters, you could tell where they are because of the smell. You know, you smell around and you're like, I think there's a cardister nearby. I smell. Oh, it's like a burger. It's a combination of Burger King BO and new card smell. New card smell. Well, yeah, you have to leave your room to shower. There you go. That's the that's one of the signs. You gotta leave your room to shower, man. So obviously they're not gonna go through that. They're not gonna go through that fear. I should grow some dreadlocks? Nah, man, that's cultural appropriation. Oh, hey guys, nah, put the microphones away, man. Put the you guys are too much. You guys are wow, dude. Oh, hey, yeah, party time. Yeah, dude. High five, dudes. High five. High five, bitches. I don't know why they added that. Then there's this point of view sort of thing. Yo, Piggy, do you know Galaxy already? Yeah, it's one of my favorite versions of Triumph. I think it's great. I think it's great. I don't know why it says YIF, dude. YIF. That sounds like some sort of weird furry convention. YIF. All right. Maybe YouTube. I'm just gonna go back to normal. Cause there you go. See, prepared. But yeah, Galaxy. Galaxy is a great version of Out of This World. It is one of those unique ones. I categorize ever since the Art of Astonishment box or the True Astonishment box. I really love the idea of Out of This World where you're incorrect, right? They have an Out of This World in that particular project that you're not bang on with all the cards, and I do like that. I really do like that. Was afraid that you high five and tap the camera. That's funny. I do have blue tape on my front camera, so if I double tap the screen, you're just gonna see blue tape and maybe a silhouette. And if I drop the camera, well then maybe I might be fucked. I forgot who was that basketball player that was live streaming before he got in the shower and he dropped his phone and you saw his massive penis. I'll leave it up to you to figure out what race he was, but it was a big black penis. And I feel like he did it on purpose. I feel like he did that on purpose. What? Huh? Oh, tally hos. Tally hos are good. They're a little bit thick. They're on the thick side. Right? Tally hos are on the thick side of things. However, I would say the design. Oh, it's Kodak Black? Wow, okay. So I'm saying it's like a basketball player, some sort of sports dude. Little did I know, it was a rapper, man. It was a rapper. Yeah, it was Kodak Black, you're right. But what do you call this, man? What do you call this? Tally hos are thick. I do love the design on them. I think they're one of the simple ones. And it wasn't big. They joked him, and it was a shrimp. I don't know about what picture you saw, but I saw a picture of what looked like to be a flashlight penis. Like one of those big flashlights as a penis. Let's see. For fuck's sake, I can only get Aladdin playing cards in my country. That's still dope. Aladdin playing cards. Aladdin, they're remaking that fucking movie, apparently, because originality is gone. So they got to remake a movie. And now let's see how many cultures and races they add to it. I mean, Aladdin's already Arabic, technically, so I can't wait to see the Chinese people that they fucking add to the movie just to make sure they encompass every race so they could be culturally appropriate. Jesus. I remember seeing the Beauty and the Beast remake, and I'm like, yeah, this is what you guys did with this amazing, beautiful fucking movie that was Beauty and the Beast, the original one, the fucking cartoon. Gosh. What's some cringe? There's some cringe here? I don't know about some cringe. Allah Akbar. All right, man. Thank you for that. Now I'm on the FBI list. Tally hos are thick, boy. Yeah, you kind of want to... You don't know if to use them for playing card purposes or to rub your penis on them because they're so thick. Remember when they remade Pocahontas and called it Avatar? Yeah, I didn't like Pocahontas, man. I'll give you Pocahontas. Pocahontas is kind of a shit one. Yeah, now it's a live action movie, man. Why did they do that? Why did they do that? It was a beautiful movie. Aladdin was an amazing fucking movie. Yeah, Will Smith is gonna play the genie, right? Why? What? Huh? They're remaking everything and it's garbage. What's more cringe, being a cardist or dressing like an animal and going to cons? So being a furry or shuffling cards? I would say fucking being a furry. Being a fucking furry is a probably second to joining ISIS in terms of where you stand in society. So, you know, Cardister is it's a little bit down in the list. So I would say if, you know, you're a furry, you're probably better off joining ISIS, you know? Probably. But you know, I give Cardisters a lot of shit, but if you're comparing them to furries, nah, there's no comparison there, man. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. I shit on Cardist a lot, but I'm gonna give them their due diligence. They're not as bad as furries. And dressing up in these $3,000 costumes. Oh. Would you say that Cardists are gods? Yeah, the virgin gods. Gods of the virgins. You know? That's a if you want to classify them as gods. Holy shit. The world is out of original ideas. Magicians are virgins. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I agree with that. I think that if you say, "Oh man, I do card tricks," you know, it's pretty virgin-y, I guess. What's the noise in the background? Oh, just Homeland Security surrounding. Yeah, yeah. I feel like I've gotten the FBI party van parked outside my house. Uh, Preferred double lift, dribble, dribble double. That's my preferred double lift. See that? You're holding back two cards. If I wanted to do a dribble triple, I think I think I kind of overestimated. Yeah, these cards are a little bit on the thick side, so I overestimated that. But dribble double is definitely my favorite double lift per se because it's fairly easy, fairly easy to do. However, it is robust because you don't need a break to do. You could just dribble the cards, hold back two, and guess what? You're in a position where you can now show this card and do whatever you want with it, son. Let me see if I can do a dribble triple with these cards. God damn, man. I'm only getting dribble quads with these bitches. Let's see. There you go. That's a dribble triple. You could shove this one in there. Now you could show this card on top. You could show that card back on top. Snap your fingers is there. But the dribble double is definitely one of my favorites to do. Just as versatility. I saw a cardister drop a card in his foot and then back to the deck. I think that's level 20 virgin. I think that's level 20 virgin, to be honest. It's not as bad as like when you, let me see if I can do this up. Oh shit, okay. My phone is apparently too heavy. It's not like level 10 virgin, which is that. That's level 10 virgin when you have the cards in the air. Let me see if I can do that symbol correctly. There you go. Fucking hey. I could do it, I promise. Shut up. You're making me look bad. There you go. That's level 10 virgin. But if you bounce that off your foot, that's level 20 virginity. Definitely. Could you truffle shuffle? No, I don't. I can't truffle shuffle. I have a different version of it that I like better than the truffle shuffle. Because I'm a real pig. I was actually looking up. What do you call this shit? Masks today, like wrestling masks. So, but I couldn't find any specific pig ones. However, I'll keep looking. I'll keep looking. What the fuck is Faced by Oliver Sogard? Are these virgins taking claim for like movement now? Is that what's happening? They're like, oh, this is no longer the swing cut. It's now the swing mix by fucking unnamed person A. Is that what's happening right now? Is that what's happening? That they're like taking claim for movement with cards? Oh no, you're not spinning the cards in your hand. You're not spinning them in your hand. You're doing the triple axis rotation by fucking Alex Johnson. Is that what's happening right now with the cardistry movement? They're taking claim for fucking movement. It's no longer the mechanics It's not the mechanic's fucking grip. It's the five finger credenza by I don't know fucking Jonathan Axel because they all have these names that are more exotic than they actually are. And then you look at their face and they look like I don't know the fucking pizza monster. Am I being a bully? I feel like I'm being a bully. I should stop being a bully. They're probably all 12, so I should not be a bully. Uh, what? Huh? Are these okay? Now you guys are making up moves. Now you're just making up moves. You're making up names here for moves that don't exist. Topsy turvy over with a cherry on top. That's really funny. The one sexy YouTube magician is Chris Ramsey. I mean, if you're into that sort of look, the tatted Canadian sort of vibe, right? I haven't gotten my magician tattoos yet. You guys notice that? I haven't gotten my magician tattoos yet. Because I'm an adult, so I haven't gotten my. I'm not a fucking child. I don't need to tell people things about my life, right? Oh no, the anchor on my thumb here represents when my dad left my life. He used to be my anchor, and now he's no longer my anchor because he left. Told my mom that he was gonna get milk, and instead he departed on what I imagined to be a ship. Ships have anchors, and therefore, that's why I have an anchor on my fucking base of my thumb. I have a yeah. Yeah, the Taco Bell on the back of my hand. The Taco Bell represents that I really like Taco Bell. I really fucking love Taco Bell. So I just tatted on my hand. So anytime I bring my hand up, I just look at it and I remember Taco Bell. I fucking love quesadillas. I haven't gotten my magic tats yet. I do have my magician's rings though. That's kind of where I make up for it. I do have my magician's rings. So you know what? I'm sorry. I make up for the tats with my magician's rings. I do. I'm a fan. All right. I'm a fan of the rings. I'm sorry. You know. I own it. I don't hide it. It took a while to bring it in. You know, people are like, hey, why are you wearing a ring? I just like the way it looks. You know, it took a while to get it integrated into the norm of my normativeness, I guess, for lack of a better term. So I do rock my magician's rings. All right, that's the equivalent of my tattoos. So you could kind of see it that way. So whereas yeah, I'm shitting on people with tats, at the same time, you could shit on me because I'm wearing effeminate magician's rings. So you could say, yeah, you don't have a tattoo of an anchor on your fucking thing to represent your father leaving when you're, you know, fucking 6 years old. But guess what? You do have a ring that signifies that you are in fact a magician. So that's yeah. So I'm a hypocrite. I'm a hypocrite. I'm a hippo. Magician's grills. That's another thing. Yeah, that's. I'll leave that to Jabrizi, man. I'll leave that to Jabrizi, man. That's what I'll leave that to him and his magic grills. No, I look at my upper lip. It says Ace of Spades. That's the card you picked, right? No? Come on, man. I'll give you $50 to say yes. Yeah, that's your card, right? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's how that went. That video is my favorite fucking video. I've never seen more of an exercise in lack of awareness for yourself than that fucking video. Where he's calling out a guy that recorded him, telling spectators how to react, right? And instead of coming out and saying, yeah, man, I apologize. I just wanted to shoot a video in the style of, you know, these magicians that I've seen work and, you know, frame my face as opposed to giving the actual reasons why he did it. Or, you know, reasons that are better than bullshit. You know, I would say that obviously he's incapable of getting good reactions. So that's what he resorted to. So, but ignoring that, he could have actually said legitimate reasons. Oh no, I wanted to have my face in the frame and still present the effect for the audience that's at home and not the people that are here. You know, it doesn't matter if they're all my friends because I'm presenting the effect for the people at home. That would have made, how much sense would that have made? That would have made all the sense in the world. It's like, oh, okay, all right, that makes sense, dude. It's kind of shitty, but okay, I'll give you that one. Instead, he goes, man, that guy that recorded me, he was too pussy to come up to me. He was too scared, and he had kids around. I do this for the kids, all right? I do this for the kids. Show the video where you get a girl pregnant with magic. How about that one? Is that for kids, Jabrizi? Is that video for kids? Is that one of them for the kids, dude? I didn't know that. You know, what a good inspiration you are. Inspiring the little ones to get girls pregnant with magic. Really nice of you. Fuck. Jesus, I want to fight Jabrizi, man. That'll be a fun fight. Let's see. Best magicians of the Negroid species? Wow, thank you. I took me a while to understand what you meant. Michael Vincent, if you really want to label magicians or differentiate them based on skin color. It's like favorite Asian magicians. Thank you, making me really pull it out here. But definitely Michael Vincent is phenomenal. Marcus Eddy is another wonderful magician of the black variety, I guess, if you want to label him as that. Ice McDonald, I've seen him do some stuff. He's dope. It's hard, man. Eric Jones is another great one. Eric Jones is a really, really great one. I'm trying to think of like the old generation of black magicians. Greg Wilson, I think he's fucking blackest dude I know. If he's not black in skin color, he's definitely black in swag. So yeah, man, there's a couple you could look up. There's another one that I remember watching in World's Greatest Magic. That dude was nuts, man. There was one that was absolutely nuts. Then I'm trying to remember what he did. He did like a bunch of shit with fire. Favorite cis white magicians. Shit. Cis white magicians. That's hard because cis implies normal, right? Able-bodied. So there aren't a lot of cis white magicians because most of them are retarded. I'm sorry, most of them are retarded. So they're not cis. You can't categorize them as cis, Sima, because they are technically retarded. So that's Goldfinger. Paul Weatherby. Yeah, you're right. He is a cis. He is a definite cis white male. He doesn't have any problems whatsoever. I really love, by the way, that if you read the comments on his videos, it's like, yo, Mr. Weatherby is my substitute teacher. Mr. Weatherby is our substitute teacher, and he's always talking about doing escapes and shit. I'm like, wow, dude, that's amazing. This guy's subbing somewhere as opposed to doing magic. Or probably subbing and doing magic. That's amazing. I fucking love that guy. You guys are memeing, man. Sima, you're memeing. I actually genuinely love Paul Weatherby. That guy's the greatest fucking magician of all time. He invented the ruffle fan, the ruffle shuffle, right? The ruffle shuffle. Let me see if I can do it the way he did it. That's kind of approximating my Paul Weatherby ruffle shuffle. Let's see if I could do one of these bitches. I don't know what you mean. God damn it, you with your cleverness. Your favorite black magician is Jabrizi? I'm pretty sure I'm more black than Jabrizi. I feel like that's an accurate statement I can make without fear of repercussion. I feel like I'm definitely... my favorite transgender magician is Faye Presto. She's trans? No way. No, she's not. Pandora just put up a... Pandora's always in like some sort of weird place. This guy's always in like... Yeah, I'm in fucking Bermuda. Alright, man. Killing it. I didn't know she was transgender, man. I didn't know she was transgender. Faye Presto. What a name like that, though. Fucking Faye Presto. Sheesh. She is. Wow. Okay, I need to look her up. I mean, I remember seeing her in one of these old documentaries years ago, and seeing some other performance, but I didn't know that. She was a guy? No. No. What? So she started as a guy and then went to a female? That's insane. Holy shit. Why did I get a TikTok ad before this? Hey, I got monetized, man. I'm being monetized. That's what's up. You shouldn't complain when you see a Pigcake ad, right? Be an ad on a Pigcake video. Look at that. I'm giving you guys the best angle. Giving you guys the absolute best angle on my laser deal, right? I didn't know that, dude. Wow, okay. Amazing Jonathan, man. I just saw a video of him on Instagram. I miss that dude, man. I don't miss him. He's still performing, but he's definitely dope as fuck. Hey, boy. Dropping my Heartlander greens. That's how I practice, man. Dropping out my hot ones. Is Danny up in here? I doubt it. I doubt it. Piggy has a pretty deep voice for a woman, though. Yeah, I know. The surgery went really well. The surgery went amazingly well, man. I got like a Adam's apple, sort of. Let me tell you, man. If I was a female, I'd be shoving stuff in there all the time. So I definitely prefer being yo, Piggy, I got a copy of Master Files. His moves make me harder than Ray's Rise. Yeah, he's insane, man. Leonard Green is a wonderful magician. His ideas are amazing. I really love that control. That thing right there, the thing from Takumi, right? I fucking love that shit. It's such a beautiful little move. That one, and even the fucking, just a snap deal, but in terms of using it as a control. Using it as a control, fuck. Let's see. Is there a Piggy face reveal on his Patreon? If so, no, there isn't a face reveal on my Patreon. If not, my face would have been out there. Because I'm sure someone from Patreon would be like, hey, here's Piggy's face. Although Piggy doesn't have a face. Huh? Piggy doesn't. I could. First try. First try. There you go. Stop. I could do this. But yeah. What do you call this? I don't have a face. I don't have a face. That's what I'm kind of trying to approximate here. Let me see if I could cut to the aces with these bitch. Every live stream, I try my best to cut to the aces, right? That's a cheat, by the way. I don't want to use that one. That's a cheat. See, I spotted one already. That's an ace. You're not high enough. You're not high enough. Fuck. Jesus. Jesus. These cards are a little rough too because haha, got one, bitch. But I'm gonna go for the hearts, I think, if I estimate correctly. If I estimate correctly, the ace was already on. There's one on top. That was one. So I could have gone for that one, but instead I went for the harder one. Alright, I went for the harder one. See, this one was easy because it's just here, right? It's just there. These nuts. Yeah, it's this is an awful run. This is an awful run. Yeah. Whatever. Whatever. All right. Sometimes I nail it well. Sometimes I just totally shit on it. Last time I did it well. Last time I did it well. If you were here in that last live stream, I did it pretty well. See, some days I'm on, some days I'm off. But I'm gonna give it one last shot. Let me see if I can dead cut these bitches. Let me see. I could dead cut these motherfuckers. Try and dead cut these bitches. In the 2 years, yeah, because you weren't here in the last live stream where I nailed it. All right. Okay. You weren't here in the last live stream where I absolutely decimated it. that a joker? Yeah, that's cheating. That's cheating. See? You see? You're getting some peaks too, son. You're getting some of those peaks too here, boy. Let's see. There's another way you could cheat. Right? That's another way you could cheat. I just want to make sure the deck is evenly cut. And guess what I'm doing here? I'm riffling up, looking for an ace. There are little techniques, little things you could do to cheat. But you could riffle up and say, yeah, I'm looking for an ace. But guess what? That gave me an opportunity to peek at like 12 cards, you know? So I could just do one of these and then know that it's not here. So now I just have to look in this half and I could guesstimate where it is. So I could guesstimate. And you know what? It's a waste of time. Magic is a waste of time, all right? Magic is for losers. So let's not waste our time with magic. Little Phoenix. Little... Fuck. I'm here trying to cut to the aces and you guys are just making fun of me. Come on. These cards feel... Wow, these cards feel so much better. Holy shit. They're here, by the way. They're here. Yeah. They're here. So, the blue Moris. No, the blue Moris are in actually. Funny enough, that box, man. They're in that box that fun box puzzle that I was sent by a guy that wants to see me fail. Right? Ah, motherfucker. Ha! See, that's the way you cheat. That's the way you cheat. I have a whole little routine based on dead cutting the aces where you do a bunch of those cheats and eventually you're able to get them every time. But I wanted to do it like legit. So I didn't want to have to resort to little dumb cheats like that. I'm giving away too many information. That's going to be a future project somewhere down the line when I get a consistent way of doing it. Maybe give some tips on dead cutting. But it's like a little bit of a routine where you mention, oh, see, you need to watch out for magicians and the things they do. You know, some magicians, they might shuffle the cards like this, or they might go ahead and shuffle the cards evenly, like this sort of thing. You don't want to do that, and then you go through different ways of finding it. Yeah, I'll leave that for a future thing. But I find it kind of an interesting thing because if you get to the point where you're able to dead cut cards, you know, where you dead cut cards, then you could do the same for named cards, right? So if somebody names a certain card, it shouldn't be too hard to find it, even though the deck is shuffled. So, King of Hearts, right? It's a random card. That's a random card. That's fast. Look at dead cut. I don't want to make an excuse, but I'm looking through the monitor as opposed to looking at my hand. Whew! See what I mean? That's not bad. That's not bad at all, you know? But that's kind of the point, you know, where you could kind of spot cards as you're mixing. So eventually you get to the point where hopefully somebody names a card and you could find it through the context of shuffles. You know, and you're trying to keep the shuffles to a minimum. That's the point. You don't want to be shuffling the cards all day. So ideally, the best situation would be somebody names a card, and in one shuffle, you're able to find a card that way, and you know, estimate. 4 spades. All right, let's try 4 spades. Let's try 4 spades. So okay, starting now, right? Officially. See, I already lost because I gave it 2 shuffles. I already lost because I gave it 2 shuffles. Woo! How fucking close, though. How fucking close. Honestly, the club threw me off. The club threw me off, goddammit. But yeah, see, you want to do it in as least shuffles as possible. But I was close there. If you named the 4 of spades, I could have gone, see, I cut to the mate of the 4 of spades. I cut to the mate, you bitch. That's what I could have done. What made you choose Pigcake for a name? I mentioned that in the first live stream. Why I chose Pigcake as my name. Good evening, PC. How you doing, Richard? But I mentioned that. Would you battle? Not Shano? Maybe. I mean, he looks like he knows some martial arts, but I also know some martial arts. All right. In my technique is, hey, what's that over there? Uh, uh, Throw a fucking chair at you and poke you right in the eye, and then run away. That's what it is. That's my technique. Is it 10? Just turn 10 o'clock. Yeah, I'll keep this rolling for a bit, and then I'll call it a stream here. So wait, okay, so another random card. Let's see if I can dead cut this bitch. After shuffle. Let's see if, let me see the next card here. If somebody can name a random card. Nine of diamonds, all right. So, I don't want to cheat, because if I would have cheated, I'm turning into Jabriz. If I would have cheat or use it cheat, I would go, oh, let me just make sure the deck is, split evenly. But I'm not going to do that. Let me see if I can do it with a genuine shuffle. A genuine shuffle, god damn it. Too many shuffles already. I'm not liking my chances here. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, I couldn't get it. What do I think of Jason Ledane's guitar playing? For a second, I thought you said, I thought, and as I read it quickly, I thought you said Jack LaLanne. I was about to tell you, damn, that's a throwback. If you're dropping Jack LaLanne references here on the stream, let me tell you, you are a legend. That guy was jacked all up until the day he died. Are you kidding me? Ha! See, I got it that time. But Jack LaLanne, man, that's a throwback. Hello? I don't know if you guys are familiar with the workings of Jack LaLanne. Is that Harry Lorraine's secret son? I think if that was his secret son, he would be called Jack Lorraine. One of the first TV fitness shows. Yeah, he was a very handsome individual, from my memory. I don't know him. I'm not into dudes. Come on, man. Oh, now 8 of diamonds? Alright, so starting now. Oh, fuck. You know what I really hate? Yeah, I'm not gonna find it. I'm not gonna find it. Gonna give myself enough chances. What'd you say? Do the worst control, you know? The worst control is like one of these. It's like one of these, like sort of like what do you call this? Jerry Andrews sort of deals, where you're like doing a control like one of these weird things. That's the worst control I know. Even though I love Jerry Andrews. Jerry Andrews is like, there are some of his things that are way too unnecessarily complicated because he didn't, worry about magic books and stuff. So he would come up different crazy ways. So he would do some like crazy sort of card controls that are just the most off the wall sort of shits you've ever seen in your life. But that I guess that could be considered a very bad card control. Let me think of another unnecessarily difficult card control. I don't know too many, man. I'm not a move monkey. I'm not a monkey. I'm not racist. Looks like the panoramic shift. Yeah, that's another one. Let me see if I could even do a bad one. Like a really bad sort of like made up bad control. Just one of these tips. You're doing like that. People overcomplicate stuff. Look, you ready? You ready for this? You ready? Hey, man. You you see how hard that was? Oh, you don't want to do a double undercut because your race is against double undercuts? All right. My control. No need to overcomplicate stuff. All right, people are overcomplicating shit too much, doing some weird sort of like stretch passes and stuff. There's no need for that. There's no need for that. All right. Oh, Sima, that is that's the comment of the century. It is do the one that no magician knows, the full work shift. Oh man, that's amazing. That's actually really good. The full work shift. Yeah, do the one where it's the one that requires actual work and not mixing up a deck of cards. That's actually amazing. God damn it, man. You dropping some quips out here, man. Dropping some quips. See, these cards also feel good. I feel like these are made by the same manufacturer. These are both, so this is United States Playing Card Company, and this is also, this is distributed by Black Rose Playing Card, but I think these are also USPS. You know, I noticed that I did. Oh, I didn't. I guess I felt like I left one in, but I guess I didn't. Look at the inside of that, man. Hello? Look at how fucking intricate on this. That's gosh, man. Really nice. Look at the Queen of Hearts. Does she have a camel toe? I don't know, man. That's kind of weird. Kind of a very weird assessment. That's the Jack of Hearts? Okay. Is the Queen of Diamonds? Let's see if I could find the Queen of Hearts to acquiesce to your request. Using my SAT words. That's the King of Hearts, and lastly, Queen of Hearts. You know, that's debatable. That's debatable. That could be, you could say that's you could say that's a camel toe. Right? Oh, what? Doesn't look good from the back. Magic's angle sensitive. More of a moose knuckle. Gotta stop pimping. Sup Pigster. Sup Robbie. Sup Robbie. How you doing? This is a ASMR stream. I just changed it to a ASMR weirdo stream. Yeah, that is the Marlo move, but the Marlo move is more like in the context of you playing around with the card. I like it as one of these tips, one of those tips. This is also an awful sort of angle, so that was a joke. I love explaining the humor. I love explaining. Man, these cards are fucking phenomenal. Gosh, who made these, man? House of Rising Spade. This is designed by Stockholm 17. Okay, like the syndrome, which makes sense. This is the Pharaoh variant, but it doesn't have the name of the dude that made this. Like, this deserves a name, not just a company or whoever, like, the... Wow, dude. I mean, they Pharaoh kind of odd. Let's see if I can get a good Pharaoh with these bitches. Oh. Yeah, they're really nice. Wow, man, very nice. Hello? I just wish that they had the name of the person, man. Even the black ones. Let me see if the black one has a name. Be my ratio here. Stockholm 17, still same stuff. Cartomancer variant. Stockholm makes him with a girl named Raven. Raven. That's very edgy. That's very edgy. For a second, I really thought when I first saw the name that these are like spades, like Xavier Spades deck. Because it's like House of the Rising Spade. Maybe it could be in reference to Xavier Spade getting a hard on. Because it's House of the Yeah, they do look so much better without the numbers. It's that really, really dope sort of old-fashioned sort of dope finish to them. I love that. I fucking love that. If you ever look at like cards as they were printed when they were initially brought into the sort of culture, this is kind of how they were. This is the really old school one, so I'm really, really Happy with the way they look, which is dope. The other ones, these I think do have the number, the black ones, which is kind of racist because like what the black ones you need to be able to see the number. But what I love about these is the gold foil, man. Gold foil. Do I find the Pharaoh easier with cushion or crush cards? I feel crush cards for sure. For some reason, crush cards, they just go inside way easier, at least in my experience. These I don't think are crushed whatsoever. But these are definitely crushed. These are crushed. Let me take out the black rose ones, which are definitely on a crushed stock. Especially compared to Cardamundi, man. To the Copogs. And these, they just bend so much. Oh, damn, son. Yeah, these are like... by the way, a couple terms. I know this isn't necessarily magic related, but a couple terms that I'll turn off the video. I turn off the video when I hear it. Number one is buttery smooth. If somebody says buttery smooth, I turn the video off. So I'm watching a lot of like camera videos and a lot of camera tutorials. People are like, yeah, that's how you get buttery smooth autofocus. What the fuck does buttery smooth mean, dude? Have you had butter in your hands? It's not smooth. It's disgusting. It's slippery. It's wet. It's not a good. Oh, it's buttery smooth. That is one term that I hate. The other one is crushing it. Oh yeah, dude, you crushed it. You're really crushing your social marketing game. You're really crushing it. That's another one. I turn it off. I turn the computer off. I pull the cable. I call FPL and I'm like, guys, I'm canceling my fucking electricity. I don't need that shit. So if I see a video with buttery smooth, which is number one, and the other one is crushing it, I can't take you seriously. I can't at all. So that's just a little bit of an aside there. But these are really nice. Definitely very easy to ferrule. They bend. It's fairly robust. What's my IQ? I don't know, man. I've never had an IQ test. I feel like it would be in the negatives. It would definitely be in the negatives. My SAT scores were garbage, son. Garbage. I took that test as seriously as a surgeon takes a fucking nun. I didn't care about that, dude. But I know that they're different sort of standards. Most of the cards fell on the floor, by the way. I realize now most of these fell on the floor. Yeah, crushing buttery smooth autofocus. That title will be enough for me to actually put a fucking report your video for cringe factor. Hey Pigcake, could you possibly tell me where your wishbone ring is at? Yeah, I took it off. I took it off, man. I was hitting the bag. I was hitting the bag in the back, and I don't want to have my rings on, so I took it off. That's TMI. Let's see, what's this say? Love crushing butter between my toes. Oh, ew, man. Listen, bro. I don't know if I've seen, but it's like a commonality. Bobo doll. No, it's an actual bag, man. It's not a fucking Bobo doll. I'm just in a bag punching a Bobo doll. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting big. Cal, how you doing, man? Good to see you on the stream. Good to see you on the stream. Card Academy is awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I don't want to toot my horn too much, but when I was breaking down all the tricks for that list, I realized how much stuff is on there. So I'm glad people are giving me good feedback on that. But yeah, but for some reason I've been watching too many video reviews on like technology and stuff, and they all say the same shit. They all say buttery smooth and crushing it. You want to crush. Peter McKinnon is guilty of all of that. You want to crush your Instagram game. You want to get buttery smooth video. What does that mean, dude? Huh? What? So yeah, that's a good one, Glenn. Moist spaghetti. You're gonna have autofocus that's like moist spaghetti. That's way better than buttery smooth to me. Don't want to toot his horn too much, so he describes his project with taglines as, I'm kind of proud of it. Did I? No, I don't think I did. Oh, but describing it. I thought you meant like in the actual description. Shoot the two of hearts out of the deck. I don't even know if it's in this half because the rest of the cards are on the floor when I threw them emphatically in anger. In anger, which is a plot, by the way, for one of my favorite movies of all time, Ju-on, otherwise known as The Grudge, where the family died in anger. You said what card? The two of hearts? I'm going to do the magician thing. You ready? This is what most magicians do. Name a card. The two of hearts. That's cool. Why'd you name the two of hearts? Why'd you name the two of hearts? That's kind of odd. People don't usually name the two. I don't even think I have it in this deck. I don't have the two in this deck whatsoever. Oh, boy, people name the hard cards. What was it again? Two of hearts? Okay. Every magician. Every fucking magician does that bullshit. It's like, what? Huh? Which one? I didn't... The two of diamonds? No, I said two of hearts. Man, I don't think I have a two of hearts in this deck. Mother flippers, man. Combine Voke and BTB for a cool effect. That is true. That is true. Definitely a true thing you could do. You know? Shit. Damn, dude. Fuck, now I gotta work on that. I gotta work on an actual effect. You know, okay. Okay. Ooh, yeah, you got me thinking, man. You got me thinking, son. You got me thinking, son, on some stuff. Or combine persistence of memory and ACAN for a cooler effect. There isn't any card at any number within persistence of memory. Fool. Come on, man. You know that. You know that, son. Yeah, that trick was buttery spaghetti. Was buttery spaghetti. It was crushing. I'm crushing the trick. You want to crush your social media? You want to crush your Instagram likes? I still need a recommendation for a book on visual card magic. Visual. I would say probably... Visual, man. That's rough. Combined persons of memory with the move Paul Wilson owns all rights to. The reverse deal? Yeah, he owns all rights to the reverse deal. Any card between 1 and 49. I'm trying to think of a visual card book, man. I really can't. Nothing comes to mind. Nothing comes to mind. I mean, there are certain things that are, you know, visually appealing. I would say, I would argue that some stuff from Art of Astonishment is very visual in nature. But, you know, it might not necessarily be visual to you. Derek Dingle. Wow. Very nice. Yeah, Derek Dingle. Anything by him. You know what? I would even go as far as saying anything by John Cornelius. John Cornelius is a very visual sort of guy. You see his FISM act. Man, what a beautiful act. Fucking amazingly, like, beautiful thing. But yeah, Derek Dingle, man. Rip in peace. One of my favorite magicians. That coin, the coin, he has a cigarette through coin, which obviously is harder to do now because people don't tend to have cigarettes on them. You know, I've never smoked a cigarette in my life, but I miss the smoking section at Denny's, dude. I miss it so hard. I fucking miss that. When you would go to Denny's and they're like, which section do you want, smoking or non-smoking? I'm like, oh, shit, that's a throwback. Obviously, we would always sit in a non-smoking section. But the fact that they had one, you know, it's not as easy as you think. Most card books are pick a card. No, you're right, yeah. But, you know, you could, I don't know, man. I would argue to say that anything, you could find visual stuff in any book, you know? I mean, I don't have any books near me, per se, but I would definitely... I challenge you not to find a fucking... what do you call it? A book where you can't find some visual in it. Even Magic for Dummies has some visual stuff. You know, they have some color changes. His cigarette to coin, yeah, it's so good. It's so good. I love that because it's. I mean, the whole obviously the premise of the trick, if for people that don't know, is he shows you how to do the cigarette to coin trick, right? And he says, oh, you know, I just switched it out for a fucking coin with a hole in it. But if I were to do it for real, it would look like this. And then he does this beautiful visual thing where he actually uses a cigarette through coin gimmick as opposed to a coin with a bullet hole through it, as he says. What a fucking amazing guy. Jesus. Love the lick, though. Love the lick. A fan of that lick. That's what that's what caused his demise. Is the lickety lick like lickety what the Ron Burgundy? What did he call it? But yeah, he had amazing tricks, man. Rip, rip in peace, dude. I would always Denny's would smell like depression. Nah, man. I remember a little while ago I went into a casino and you know they had that smell because you could smoke inside. People don't give a fuck in casinos. I miss that. There's like a very homely smell to it that I enjoy. Might be me. I'm a psycho. You know, I might be a little bit of a psycho, but I enjoy that smell, especially like a good tobacco. You know, like a good fat tobacco. Armando Lucero's Matrix is visual as fuck. It looks like real magic. Yeah, yeah, his is dope. Who are you talking about right now? Derek Dingle? Yeah, the Dingleitis, and his coin through coin, sorry, cigarette through coin. Amazing routine there. Fuck. That I would see that's visual. Some people wouldn't necessarily find that as visual certain stuff. Smell tobacco is actually my body wash, and some people like it, some people hate it. It's like a good one, the good sweet ones, the good sweet tobaccos. I really enjoy the smell of those. But there's certain ones that just smell like actual dog ass. But you know, you walk into a casino, you smell that thing, and it's like, oh, okay. The rule of the land doesn't apply here, which I like. I like that sort of appeal. Some people don't. I do. I do. Denny's was always smoking section for me. Sit and practice. Nice. For an inappropriate amount of time. Pipe tobacco piggy. Pipe tobacco piggy. I have a pipe, but I never used it for anything. I never used it for anything. I remember Jeff Sheridan had a production, a tobacco production, a pipe production that I practiced for a little bit. I remember that. Very beautiful thing based on the classic. Nobody does this one anymore, man. No one does this anymore. I don't know if you remember that classic wine glass production where you have the stem of the wine glass and the rest of the glass here with a little thing covering it, right? And then your hand would be empty. And then when you would raise up the handkerchief, you would lift up the thing and drop it. And you have this wonderful moment where from nothing, right? There's nothing there. You lift up the thing, you drop it, and there's suddenly something there. It's a beautiful production. He did that with a pipe. He did that with a pipe, and it was a very, you know, pretty sort of vanish of an actual tobacco pipe. Now you would have to do it with whatever fucking glass pipe you could find the kids using. I got it from a magic person that sells jewelry. That's where I got it from, Jacob. My wishbone ring. I've gotten several iterations of the wishbone ring. My first one, if you saw the first couple videos, was a very thin one that I found by the grace of my teeth. And then the other one is a one that I got from a specific magic manufacturer. I can't tell you where right now because my memory is that of a small goldfish. However, I can tell you that if you look up magician's rings on Google, you'll probably be able to find it fairly quickly. How did I start with magic? I think I've told that story before, but basically, I would say 18 years ago, a fellow said, "Hey man, I'm gonna show you that I could float. I'm gonna show you that I could float." And this person pretty much, no man, you don't need to apologize for that. All right, Nikolov joined. What is that? Joe Nikolov with apparently a picture of what seems to be Jesus Christ. But this kid told me he was gonna levitate, and the entire day I was waiting. You know, I was like, "Oh shit, this kid's gonna show me how to levitate. I'm gonna be able to like float through the hallway." And all the girls are gonna be like, "Wow, dude, that guy is fucking cool. He's floating through the hallway." That was my dumb logic. And then I came to the end of the day, and he showed me, right? He showed me the stupid levitation. You know, the one where you take 2 steps, and like you're a fucking kicker for the NFL. You do one of these bits, 1, 2, and then you do this shit, and then you go like this, right? He did the Balducci levitation, and I was like, that's the most retarded thing I've ever seen in my life. However. However, from that, I kept buying, you know, I bought Mark Wilson's Guide to Magic, and from there, I just kind of learned magic from then. How old was I? I'm not going to tell you. Oh, yeah, that one's another one. That was another fucking good one. All backs. The too many cards. I have a couple tricks named too many cards. As a matter of fact, I think in my next project I do have a trick that's to that effect. Let's see. Any suggestions for a trick you could do over the phone? Yeah, the classic wizard trick, I guess. That's one. But that one you would need. There's a version of doing it that's just directly over the phone. You know who has a bunch of stuff with that? Patrick Redford. Patrick Redford. If you look up Patrick Redford phone, I think he has a bunch of stuff that's dedicated to over the phone stuff. That's like, you ask him and in the context of conversation, you get little clues that help you with the actual effect. But look up Patrick Redford phone magic and you're gonna find a bunch of shit. Okay, the tobacco pipe vanish was Jeff Sheridan. Jeff Sheridan. So if you look up, I forgot what project he has it on. If it was a book, I think it might have even been the. Sorry, my accent almost came up there. It was the Genius at Work series that he has a pipe vanish. Jeff Sheridan. Cal. So yeah, I'm trying to think that, man. I wish I could tell you that. But if you look up Patrick Redford, maybe triangle. Patrick Redford triangle. If you look that up, that might be a good one because he has a bunch of that stuff, which is fairly dope. By the way, could you do me a favor? I need to piss off a friend. Yeah, if it involves pissing off a friend, of course, I'm always down. I'm always down to piss off people, I tend to do that with my comments on cardisters. The glass production also works as a vanish. Yeah, another beautiful thing because it goes from this thing where you have still fucked my name up. Did I? I copied and pasted Sima. You go from having this object to literally dropping and you don't have anything, which is another kind of beautiful way to do it. But those are classic, man. Those are classics of magic that people are sleeping on. Obviously, the wine production, you're not going to keep it to a wine production. But if you think about it, you could think about the space and the effect that it creates, right? That you have whatever handkerchief you want or the other shit, right? And then with that, you're able to create essentially something underneath this handkerchief from nothing. So you could kind of think of what you would do with that. That makes sense. If you could do it under a napkin, that makes more sense than actually carrying around a pocket handkerchief like you're some sort of gentleman virgin, But you could definitely modernize that effect. I feel like Sankey isolates himself. I feel like Sankey isolates himself from what other people are creating so that his newer effects are really mediocre compared to... I mean, Sankey, comes out with like solid gold stuff, but then, yeah, you're right. He comes out with some stuff that's not necessarily bad. Yeah, no, yeah, beats, but I mean, if you adapt that to certain things that are available all the time, if you're at any fucking restaurant, anywhere, you're going to have little, not handkerchiefs, but little... paper towels you can adapt. So maybe you can find a way to modernize the effect, do it as a production, So there are certain ways to kind of bring those to light, but obviously that would require a little bit of thought. You can't just apply it. Napkins, there you go. I can't believe it took me that long to remember what that object was. I fucking love Sankey, man. I fucking love Sankey. Sankey is a lot of things, but mediocre isn't one of them. Yeah, he's fucking creative as shit. But I guess with that creativity, you're not gonna come out with stuff that a lot of people are gonna enjoy. I do fucking admit some of his shit is garbage. Some of the stuff that he's come out with. But I think for the stuff that he's come out with that I think is garbage, he's come out with 10 times more that's gold. But some of those stuff that people would like, some of the things that he's made that I would consider to be garbage, some people would take as solid gold, So Sankey still does magic with handy everyday items like VHS tapes, matchbooks, and rotary phones. Oh, that's funny. Hey, Crassy, you like mice? I'm the one sending them to your house. Yeah. See, I said it. I hope you enjoyed that. Hope you used that for whatever. Sankey's still fucking blocking me, dude. Yeah, he's still blocking me on Twitter. I'm here defending the guy, saying that, yeah, dude, He comes out with amazing stuff, and he still has me blocked. Fucking grew up idolizing that bald little Canadian, and he has me blocked. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of Sankey, of Jay Thank, Jayford Sankeyith. I think that's his full name, Jayford Sankeyith. But I know Sankey doesn't absolutely doesn't give a shit about you. I don't care. I don't fucking care. He blocked me because I said I was gonna fist fight him. That's why. Because I said I want to fist fight Jay Sankey as a joke. Yeah, some of my favorite tricks are his, but I'm usually underwhelmed by his latest stuff, especially when he tries to sell single tricks that could be found in one of his older DVDs. I haven't seen that. But yeah, Nathan here says Sankey makes some weird stuff. If I have to justify a stapler, yeah, yeah, I think that's you're right. He has to with some Sankey tricks. You're like, oh no, I just carry a stapler in my pocket. Let me just staple this up. Okay, this is a very natural, organic thing to do in a fucking bar is to bring a stapler and playing cards. So let me just staple these playing cards together. On the magic topic, can you do a classic pass? Yeah, from here, the worst fucking angle. The worst angle. Let's see if I can bust it out at the worst fucking angle here. Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, you could kind of get the idea there, right? This is the worst fucking angle to do it, but, you know, that's kind of a hot classic. I don't know if I could even... I'm going under and over here to fucking do this. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of the best that I could do from this particular angle. If you don't want this this little riffle action at the end, let me see if I could even do that normally. You know, that's I guess as best of a classic that I could do in this sort of video position. Does Mayhew? All his videos are 4:3 and not buttery smooth. That's actually fucking amazing. Could you imagine being Stanley's kids? I love how you said Stanley. Everything, everywhere, no matter how corny or simplistic a trick. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he'll come up with tricks with like fucking chords for wrapping meat, you know? My favorite invisible pass is to have the spectator cut the cards. Oof. I'm pretty sure somebody could tattoo that on themselves as some sort of inspirational quote. My favorite pass is the pass that doesn't take place at all. My favorite pass is, I think that's the fringe of me being able to take that. Bingo. Boom. Look. Sankey's head is buttery smooth. He's crushing it. Listen, man. All right, I came out candidly here and said I fucking hate the words buttery smooth and crushing it, and y'all just bringing it to the forefront here of my stream. You can't do that. All right, you can't do that. You can't do that, man. The only thing I could pass is gas. Come on, man. You can't be funnier than me. That's the other rule of my live streams. You can't be funnier than I am. If you're funnier than me, then I have to put you on timeout, man. My favorite organic trick involves a handkerchief, a baseball bat, and double-sided tape. You know what? I gotta tell you, that seems like something from his Anytime Anywhere project. I remember that. That was a great one. That was a fucking great project. Now that I actually remember, he had one called "You've Never Put Me on Timeout and You Never Will." Yeah, you're right. I feel like that's a bitch make thing. Have I ever put anyone on timeout or blocked them? I feel like there was only one person, and it was a very I think it was a very obnoxious person. I forgot what he was doing, but I think it was once that I just blocked somebody because I mean I really don't care what you say. Oh yeah, I remember what he said. He said something. I can't repeat here. I can't repeat it here. For fear of YouTube permanently blocking me and banning me. Really resisting the urge to put Brian in timeout. Yeah, you do have the power, man. Some Nazi stuff. It wasn't necessarily Nazi stuff. It was some you know, Nigeria. It was some Nigeria stuff. All right. Tom Mullica performing Fizzmaster when the lady starts shaking the can. He's like, "Oh yeah, you could shake it again." I don't remember that. Was that from the A1 series with Michael Maxwell? That's a throwback. There was one guy that you had to keep blocking because he kept with black. Yeah, that's the right. Yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy. You're right. The other guy, man, on fucking X's stream was a dude that kept saying, "Hey, could you tell Ramsey that I said hi? I'm his biggest fan. I would appreciate it. Could you tell Chris Ramsey that I said hi?" That was on Xavier's stream. I was like, "Oh man, all right, dude. All right, dude. Way to tell everybody here that you're 12 years old. Way to tell everybody on that stream that you're 12 years old, whoever the fuck that was." I remember listening to Xavier's stream with that. That was the cringiest shit I've ever seen. Well, saw, you know, in text, read, whatever. Anti-Pharaoh, Antifa. Make an Antifa magic video. Yeah, I would have to gain about 77 pounds of pure fat and not shower for 2 months and complain. Complain about people. My parents would also have to be rich, which they're not, so that already dismisses me from Antifa. Let's see, what else? Make a Hitler trick. Well, I mean, there was the cannibal Holocaust trick. That's one that I put. That's one that I recently, not recently, I put that in a couple Christmases ago. You got the no job thing down to a T. I mean, dude, if you Google that, who's your favorite coin magician? That's a rough one. You know, I really like Dean Dill. I really like Dean Dill. Dean Dill unfortunately passed away. He's the guy that made up the explosion trick. I really enjoyed his stuff. Curtis Cam, David Roth, I'm a huge fan of. Kanoa Harbottle is another really good coin magician. I'm trying to think of another one that's kind of like an oldish one. David Roth, I mean, is just a fucking legend. But I remember one of Curtis Camp's old VHS tapes. Holy shit, dude. That's a fucking throwback. Curtis Camp had this VHS where he had this trick called the goblet, where you have the classic palm like 6 coins. Norm Nielsen, damn, that's a throwback. That is a throwback. Norm Nielsen, yeah. I gotta tell you, I remember I learned, is that the proper way to say it? That like melody he uses in the when he's doing the violin trick. I remember I sat down back in the day with my viola and I learned how to play it. And I also learned how to play that on the piano and on guitar. The little melody he uses for his zombie violin trick. Beautiful. Very beautiful. The guy looks kind of creepy, to be honest. Very creepy looking dude. Very rapey vibes. But Norm Nielsen is definitely up there in terms of like really beautiful coin work and beautiful, that zombie work is second to none. You know, funny enough, another one is Teller. Teller with that Miser's Dream, man. That's more modern. Sankey's really, really good with coins. I think the two best ones that he has is Mexican Coins Across and Mr. Clean, I think. Those are really, really good ones. He also has these coins to pocket. I forgot the name of it now, but he has this wonderful coins to pocket trick that is, you know, he shows 4 coins in his hands. They all disappear and then they go back to his pockets. Very, very pretty trick. That's another kind of like old school Sankey trick. No jacket required. Woo! Damn, boy. Throwing it back here. Throwing it back. Rick killing it. But yeah, I guess those are my favorite ones that he's done with coins. He also has the water wheel one, right? If I remember correctly. That's kind of a dope one. The one where he like waves his hand over the table, that's another really, really good one. Pigcake is Chris Angel. You don't hear that with his Jersey accent. That's an insult, man. I don't got a Jersey accent. Sheesh. Do I got some? I have a very distinct accent. A very distinctive accent that I realized in making a video with Gentleman Wake. I realized my distinctive accent. Literally. I realized my accent there. Let's see. You should do a short series of the best gaff card tricks you know to mix it up for a laugh. I don't know how that would be a laugh. I think that you could come up with some good stuff with gaff stuff. Ian says, "What is it?" I don't know what. There's something creepy about having a black profile picture, man. There's something fairly creepy about having a black profile picture, like just a solid color. Thousands. Yeah, that's another indicator. That's another indicator of my my very trashy accent. Fucking A. This live stream is going buttery smooth. You're crushing it with these answers. Oh. God, the cringe. God. That's a distinct Nigerian accent. It's close. It's actually fairly close. No meme. I really want you to make a marked deck project called Pig Marked. I mean, I do the one of the decks that I do want to eventually come up with is a marked deck. I have a couple ideas, design ideas for covering it in a minimal list sort of way. Crushing butter with the stream, pigs. Oh, Stefan has a solid black profile picture. Come on. I mean, like a black, like a fucking, like a black asshole. And they're gonna say, "Yeah, Stefan's picture looks like a black asshole." Dude, it doesn't help you're wearing a fucking yellow hat and a yellow shirt. That's like smiling, dude. Richard, good night, man. Thank you for joining. Any chance of more documentary commentary video like the Swami video? Yeah, I do have a couple. I have a couple scripted actually that I need to come out with, but I just need to find a time to. Okay, I've been working on this project, right? The project behind the back. If you haven't checked it out, today's the last day. You could get it 10% off. Piggy's Secret. All right, check it out. Behind the back, you got 5 tricks, all that take place behind the back or underneath the table. Check it out. Look at the link below. Look at my website, pigcake.me. It's there as big as possible. I've been working on that, right? I've been working on that. So, but I would definitely have a couple, and I need to do those. So, what is that? There's something. Oh, okay. There's another one here. You have an OG Bina accent. No hard R. That's funny. So Beaner with a hard R. Maybe, I guess. I don't know. Certainly, I think the telling is the word literally. Literally, if you hear Gentleman Wake and me say the word literally, you would hear it. I'm goofing. What? I don't know why I read that as something else. But yeah, there you go, Sima. Look at you, man, killing the game. It's a profile picture of color. Is that the new PC term? I think I'm going to end it here, man. It's been 2 hours, right? It's 1:59 so far. I'm going to definitely end it here. I think it's been a good live stream. I feel like I'm going to have another one fairly soon. Maybe on Wednesday. I'm another little hot live stream. And yeah, man, you could expect a video on Tuesday, right? You could go check it out on Tuesday. I'm going to drop a hot one on Tuesday. And yeah, man, I think that's what you should look forward to. I'm going to go and hopefully not join Antifa. Hopefully. I don't think there's a large Antifa movement down here. I feel like they're really relegated towards the north, towards the California parts, right? There's no wing of Antifa down here. There are, some other smelly people here. So yeah, so Tuesday, we got a video. I'm gonna go figure out different ways to ingest a small dime bag full of dimes.